Hi guys, welcome to my new series on this channel. Is it worth it? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Pentium G3220 LG1150 dual-core 4-thread 3.00 gigahertz processor. Let's go. This is the Pentium G3220. So this will set you back around, I think $60 on Amazon. As of right now, it's 1/16/2016. It might be cheaper. Last time I looked was in December. But this is it right here. So in the box, you're going to, of course, get the processor, the paperwork, the Intel sticker, and the crappy Intel heatsink, which should actually work pretty well for this processor as it does not put out a lot of heat. But I was not seeing good temperatures. I think it was like 45 to 50 degrees idle, which is not good. Mine's sitting at like 20 now on the Hyper Evo 212 that I have. So this is the processor right here. It's rocking that dual core. That was huge in 2002, and four threads and a 3.0 gigahertz base clock. So where are you going to see hits when using this processor? I think it's where you have multiple programs open. So like if you have a web browser open, you have your file manager open, you have your Windows Store open, or this basic I dropped it. Okay. So yeah, that's where you're going to be seeing hits on your performance and probably definitely your temperatures. So honestly, guys, if you do want a really budget computer, you can go with this. This is for the average person that uses like basic everyday tasks that normal people use. So Chrome, your file manager, and that's really it. You're not going to be doing Photoshop with this. You're definitely not going to be doing like video editing with this. Not a lot of it, at least, and definitely not 1080p. Because rendering that uses the CPU is going to kill it. It's not going to render. If it does render, it's going to render really slow, and it's just not going to be worth it. If you do have a little bit more money, I know right now you can get the Intel Core i3 4170. It's a dual core at 3.6 gigahertz for 119. Or yeah, or you can get the 4360 for 150. That is also a dual core, but I think it's also a little bit faster. But yeah, so this is from 2011, and when I used it, it was pretty good for what I did. I was on a super budgeted computer then. Right now, I have the Core i7 4790K in my computer. But this supports up to 16 gigabytes of DDR3 1600 megahertz RAM. Actually, I think you can go higher. I had 1600 megahertz, but I think you might be able to go to 1866. But that might be the highest you can go with this processor. So then if you guys have been around computers for a long time, or you just know a little bit on computer history, you know that there was this guy at one point. This is the Intel Pentium 4 from 2001. It's a 2.66 gigahertz processor, and I think this is also dual core. And so this was the biggest processor at one time. This in 2001 is definitely the most expensive one you could buy, especially in a computer. But Pentiums over the years have taken a lot of hits, and this is why the Pentium G3220 is the cheapest processor you can get on LG1150 base. Besides the Celeron, which if you're building a computer and you're using a Celeron, please never talk to me or use a computer again, because that's completely stupid. You can get a Celeron for like 20 bucks, I think, which is ridiculous. You never should use a Celeron unless like your computer is like just web browser and that's all you do. Get a Celeron. But when your motherboard is going to cost you more than your processor, then that's not a good thing. Yeah, unless you're getting like an i7 and like a ridiculous $600 motherboard. In that case, go right ahead. But yeah, anyways, guys, if you're on a very budget build, I might recommend AMD. Now, I do like Intel myself because it's the only computers I've ever used, and I've had a pretty bad experience with a Lenovo laptop with an AMD A8 in it. But this is the Phenom right here. This is a quad-core processor from 2006, and this is still pretty modern. It supports DDR2 up to I think it's 1333, and yeah, it's not a bad chip. I did use this on a computer with a Gigabyte motherboard, and this is AM2 Plus, and yeah, it doesn't put out a lot of heat, and it's pretty good. I think this is a 2.6 gigahertz processor. Yeah, so it's not as fast as the Pentium, but it has more cores, and it'll let you do more things on it. But if you're getting this, make sure you get a aftermarket heatsink, because this is a little bit more than Pentium, I think. I'm not sure even this one is, I think, because it is a quad core. And yeah, I don't know, but I know AMD's, if you're looking for more cores, you can get them a lot cheaper than Intel's. For example, my 4790K has 4 cores, 8 threads. That was 300 $300, and you can get this is a quad core. You can get this for like 90. So pretty good. Yeah. So is it worth it? I think if you're on a tight budget, can't afford anything else, yes, the Pentium is worth it. But if you're like me, you do video editing, photo editing, coding, and you have all that stuff open at once on 2 monitors, then it's definitely not going to be worth it. Upgrade to an i3, or even better, an i5 or an i7, or even a Xeon on LG 1150. I think is actually cheaper than the i7. You could do that too. But yeah, so if you guys enjoyed this video, please like it and comment down below, and please subscribe. And I'll be making more videos like this in the future. Peace out.